In the quest for a more organized life, we often think the right container, the right folder system, or that perfect stackable shelf will change the game. But my next guest believes a good habit is more powerful than any tool you can buy. Professional organizer Lori Schlegel is here to share 5 habits of highly organized people. I'm excited to dive into your list, these characteristics. Let me ask you this first. Do you think organization really can be learned, or do some people naturally just come with the skills, in this case, the characteristics, the habits that make them organized?
Well, I think both, but I think it definitely can be learned. My room as a teenager and bathroom were really messy.
Stop it.
They were.
This
yep.
just turned into a confession circle.
Yeah, but the older I got, I realized my brain just craves organization. So it's a skill that I really learned and honed in and have taught myself, and I continue to teach myself, right? It's a journey.
It's a journey. I like that. This first piece of advice, this first habit, I think speaks to perhaps, I consider myself a somewhat organized person, a pretty organized person.
I'm sure you are.
But I definitely fall in this category, decisiveness. You say an organized person has good decision-making skills.
Yes, and being decisive, really, clutter is just a sign of indecision in our lives, right? We bring something home, we don't know what to do with it, so we set it down. Or, you know, the key here is just really decide, do I want this? Am I going to use it? And if so, where does it belong? And give it a home immediately within your house.
So give us some day-to-day examples of where that decision-making can really output good organization.
Yeah, it's just these small decisions, like if you have a donate box that's just, you know, readily available in your home. So let's say you try a shirt on in the morning and you're like, I hate how this pulls on my arm. Take it off immediately, put it in the donate box. When you get the mail, bring it in and decide immediately what's junk. Be decisive, even though you think, I look at these coupons and I think I'm going to use them. If you're not, if you hardly ever use them, just get decisive, throw them in the recycle bin.
So how then do you become more decisive in moments like that if you naturally aren't?
Yeah, and again, it's a journey, it's a skill to learn, so don't expect perfection immediately, but just really start to notice it. And I think that it kind of leads to the second habit that I've found of, if you can get a clear and distinct vision for the present in your life, for this present moment in your life, this phase of your life, then it really can help you distinguish, like, this is what I want for my life, and so I'll keep this or I'll let this item go, versus when we just kind of get pushed around by life, then clutter builds up because we're not just...
That sounds a little vague, a clear vision. What does that look like on the ground? Is that a phrase? Is that just a house, a structure, the way we organize our house and our lives?
Great question. So the thing I recommend is to actually get a piece of paper and a pen and really put pen to paper here, because we think sometimes, in our mind, we know what we want, but really ask yourself the question, what do I want my home to look like? And start brainstorming, jot it down. What vision do I want for this home? How do I want it to feel? What do I want my life to feel like? And when you get deliberate and really start to write it out, it becomes a lot more concrete, and you're able to see, this is what I want. So maybe I can let some of these things go.
Yeah, I see the connection between habit 1 and habit 2. If we have that clear vision, then in the moment, as we're trying to make those decisions, we can compare that against that brainstorm or that life vision that you just described.
Exactly.
You say highly organized people establish routines.
Yes. Yeah, so it's so helpful if you can look at what happens in a day or a week or a month. What are the things that happen over and over again, and get those in a routine. An example would be like if you make lunches every day for the kids, group a bunch of different options in one bin right next to the lunch boxes, and in the morning you just grab that or let the kids grab it. Create that routine of packing those lunches, get out the door. What's the routine for the paper that comes into your home? The thing about a routine is it frees our mind up, so that we're able to kind of not have to be making so many decisions.
We don't have to think about it.
Exactly.
You just go.
Exactly.
So for women listening, I'm going to pin you down. What would be the #1 routine that you think women would benefit most from setting or establishing?
That is a good question. I should have thought of that before this. It really, as much as you don't want to hear it, it's just like the dishes, the laundry, those daily, just setting up, or maybe your bathroom too. That's one that you're in so much every single day. The way you organize and structure that routine can really help you.
And organizing and structuring around those daily activities, those daily to-dos.
Yes.
Next, you say organized people are able to let go of perfection. This almost seems to contradict, because you think organized people do have, they're type A.
Yeah.
They have things in perfect order. So the operative word perfect? Why are we kicking that to the curb?
Yeah, because honestly, getting organized, like we've already said, is a journey, and you've got to celebrate your small wins along the way. So, you know, it's so easy to look at things online and these perfectly staged photos and think that's what I want my pantry to look like. But then getting from A to B is so daunting that sometimes you give up altogether. But just start with getting rid of the clutter first. Don't try to set up the perfect organizing system right now. Just start with getting rid of the clutter, enjoy that, celebrate that win, and then move on to the next step of that journey.
And I think you have to embrace the stage you're in, that some areas of your home are just going to be pure function. I've had to do this for myself with my laundry room. You see all those beautiful Pinterest laundry rooms.
Yes.
And I would love to have that someday, but right now with 2 kids under 2, the laundry area is kind of a churn and burn area. I'm constantly in there, and it functions and it's well kept, but it's never going to be perfectly pretty, at least not in this stage.
Yes, I'm all about being practical and functional. When you've got kids at home, you really have to focus on that, not perfection.
And finally, you say highly organized people focus on the benefits.
Yes, so this is actually, there's scientific research out of MIT. It's kind of this 3-step process that they talk about of how you create a habit. The first step is to have a cue or a trigger. So let's say you have that hamper of laundry, and then, so that is your trigger. Okay, I've got to do something. Then the next step is the routine. So you get the laundry done, you fold it, you put it away. The last step is a reward. Our brains want a reward. So you really want to focus on, you know, how good it feels to have that laundry all done, or to open up a cupboard and to be able to find what you need. Just focus that reward in your mind, and that's what will drive you, kind of the carrot dangling, if you will, that
Even
it motivates you.
Even if the reward is just a feeling, try to embrace
Most of the
feeling.
time with organizing, it is just a feeling of clarity.
Nice. You're so good at this. You are the pro. Where can we get more organizing tips from you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Organizing Habits.
We will do it, and we'll post a link on our website so you can link over as well. Thanks, Lori.